Okay, here we go. Give everyone a second to come on here, as I say at the beginning. Okay, so my name is Katie Malloy. I'm a runway curator and model for Fashion Week Studio, and I do the interviews and stuff around here. And today we're going to be interviewing Guillermo Garcia. He showcased with us in Paris this year, and I actually had the pleasure of walking for him, which was so fun. Even at the fittings, it was just a pleasure to work with him, to see all the different gowns and pieces that he has. And yeah, so we're going to bring him on here. We're all super excited. He's like just so fun to work with, such a sweet guy, such a talented designer. So let's bring him on. All right, the moment we wait for. Hello.
Hi, Katie.
Hi. How are you?
Long time no see. Good,
I know.
Thank you. How's everything?
It's good. How are you doing? How's everything with
Very
you?
good, thanks. Very good. Just working from home for the last 3 months.
Wow, exciting. I'm sure you're doing a lot of working, huh?
Yeah, actually, I'm nearly done with the new collection.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
But of course, just sketches, designs, fabrics. After, let's say, lockdown is done, we're gonna start producing.
Wow.
So hopefully it's gonna be ready, let's say, August, probably.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Well, that is very exciting. I'm glad you
Yeah.
had all this time to work on it. I mean, we've all been waiting. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, but it's actually so stressful because I'm very perfectionist.
Mm-hmm.
So I put myself my own, let's say, schedule.
Mm-hmm.
And even if I go to bed at 3 a.m. because I'm working, I go back at 8 a.m. the next morning just to continue and trying to get everything ready on time.
Oh my gosh, that's so exciting. So how many, if we can know, how many pieces are in this new collection?
Around 40.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So you've been working very hard, I can tell.
Yeah, actually, when I was in Paris, I got to meet a PR agency director. So she advised me with some things with a ready-to-wear line that I actually want to work on. And I've been just checking the trend forecast, what's gonna be what's next season. So hopefully, I want to bring something that is gonna like everybody.
Right. Wow, that's very exciting. So then, now with the trend forecast and this new collection, so is this new collection ready to wear, or is it more your kind of gowns, dresses?
It's gonna be ready to wear, but with my very specific style. So, and then of course we're gonna have a couture side, just mostly for the show, or mostly for one of a kind. Let's say this majestic, beautiful dress, something that is gonna make you look different, make you feel different,
right,
when you wear it.
Oh, I love it. Oh, I'm so...
Well, you should know.
Huh?
You should know yourself because you wore one of my dresses, so you should know how does it feel to wear like those big hips.
Yeah.
And then it shapes you in a different way.
Oh, it completely does. And it's funny because I specifically remember at the fittings, and I was going to tell you about this. I thought you'd appreciate it. That I remember we're doing the fittings, and the first few dresses came out, and we all the models were like, oh my gosh, like we were all like, and even the people with Fashion Week Studio came down. They were like, his gowns are amazing. Just like be aware, like don't like fight over them. Just And so it was very funny. So then I remember you brought out the dress that I wore at the show, and I saw it, and you tried it on a couple people, and I was talking with the other models, and I was like, put it on me, put the dress on me. Like I was like, I want to wear it so
And actually,
bad.
I saw your face. Yeah.
Yeah, I must have had like crazy like hawk eyes. Like I was like, I'll put it on. And then I remember just putting it on, and it was like, oh my gosh, it was such a gorgeous dress, and just added this, I had this extra like confidence where I was like, oh yeah, this is like,
And the turquoise color looked beautiful on you as well.
Thank you. That's very sweet of you. Well, I'm so.
Thank you.
It was
It's
such.
true. It's true.
It was.
It's true.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Thank you.
And so yes, that was such an amazing experience. And I know all the other models, we were all just like, and even just I mean, okay, so with the choreography that you did, I mean, I don't know if the viewers had seen, but you had done you had a dancer, a choreographer do this incredible dance at the beginning. And I wanted to know, like, what inspired you to want to do that? Like, how did you get that idea?
Okay, since I started, a bit of background of why I use music and dance with fashion.
Mm-hmm.
Since I started, I think my vision is to transmit my clothing, my creations
Right.
through senses. So everything you can. I want to do something where you can feel what you're wearing, apart from just like actually feel the fabric on you.
Right.
And I think that music and dance, in this case, they can transport you to a specific place.
Right.
And this is what I want you to do. When you're looking at my show, I want you to be taken from your seat and just be in a complete different place.
Right.
And I know it sounds a cliche, but with my brand, I want to do something different that you can see everywhere. And maybe it was different at the end. The choreography and then the motions that were in the runway that day. So I think was actually that's what I like to do. Just try to just people talk about the show.
Right.
Apart from the clothes, of course.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. Well, I mean, it definitely did stand out, I think, a lot. And I remember seeing just pictures even from, because unfortunately, I was backstage and I couldn't see the dancer. I could see her a little bit, but I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta somehow watch this. But I remember seeing the pictures and it was just like, even the audience was like, whoa, like they were very like, oh my gosh, who is this? What's gonna happen next? What are the pieces like? So I think you were extremely successful in doing that different kind of original. Yeah.
Thank you. Well, I have to say thanks to the ballerina. She is our official ballerina. Her name is Elimar Montes. She's from Venezuela. So thank you, Elimar, for such an amazing job.
Yes, I thank you as well. Oh my gosh, what a great entrance. And I feel like we were all trying to get up to her standard of how well she did. So she did incredibly, and absolutely. I thank her too.
Thank you.
Yeah. So where are you right now?
I live in Dublin. At the moment, I'm in Dublin.
Oh, nice.
So I've been working from home in just my apartment, trying to get as much as I can from the house.
Right.
But I'm actually based in Dublin. My atelier is in Venezuela.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's in a city called San Cristobal.
Very nice.
So everything is there, and then I do what I can from here, but most of my machines and everything, they're in just one place with my team in Venezuela. So at the moment, what we're doing is doing everything by phone. Like, okay, do this, maybe change that, or that's a great idea. But everything is done through social network.
Wow. So you're doing the designs where you are, and then you're kind of communicating with your team over there to let's get production and whatnot.
I was supposed to be there by now, but just because of what's happening, I can't travel at the moment.
Right. That makes sense. Do you have any idea of when you'll be able to travel again, or to be able to get over there?
I think I was hoping in the middle of June, and that's not happening.
Right.
So maybe I'd say middle of July or August.
Great.
I just need to be there. I need to be there with my team. I want to be there because it's very stressful sometimes, or not stressful. It's difficult just to get something done in the way you want it.
Right. Oh, completely. And I mean, I could only understand. I'm not a designer myself, but I know, when you have this idea, obviously you have a great team behind you. I mean, even when I met them.
Absolutely. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Since I started. Since the brand was founded, my team has been amazing all the time there. If we need to do an extra couple of 1,000 hours in a week to get anything done, we just do it. I'm so happy. I'm grateful with them.
Oh, absolutely. And when did you start your brand, and when did you get the idea that you were like, I want to start this brand and be a designer and everything?
Guillermo Garcia started in 2016.
Wow.
Was founded in Venezuela initially.
Mm-hmm.
Then I've been working with them. It started as a swimsuit company, as a swimsuit brand.
Really?
Yes, that's one of the surprises. That's one of the things I'm working now.
Right.
I started as swimsuit, and then I couldn't do it because I needed technology, and I didn't have it at that time because I want to do something different. Again, I want to do something that is not that you don't see.
Right.
So I couldn't. So we went for my second passion, which was gowns,
Mm-hmm.
and then we came from there.
Mm-hmm.
But then now I'm working on swimsuit again, and well, it was supposed to be. We were going to launch it in this summer,
Mm-hmm.
in June, but it wasn't possible because of the coronavirus crisis.
Right.
But then now, hopefully, it's gonna be ready in a couple of months as well.
Wow. Oh
But
my gosh, that's
it's
wild.
been 3 years. It's been 3 years.
Wow. So it's 3 years, and I mean, obviously it's 3 years, but that's not a very big amount of time with how much you've done. Like, you've been very successful in that 3 years, I feel.
Yeah. Well, my first collection was launched. Professionally, the first collection was launched in September in Caracas.
Mm-hmm.
When we did the shooting for the videos. I worked with an amazing team as well, Venezuelan director as well.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we have the same name. His name is Guillermo as well.
Really?
So, yeah. So we started everything in September.
Mm-hmm.
Then trying to do as much as we could, and then we got the invitation from Fashion Week to go to Paris for Paris Fashion Week, and then things sometimes happens very quick, and you don't even notice it.
Right. Wow, that's amazing. And again, it was funny, even when you came in, I was like, oh wow, I was like, this is one of the, and you definitely are, but I was like, this is one of like the big dogs. This is one of like the, like, this is a very, like, I could tell with the way that you even made the pieces and designed them. You had such close attention to detail. Like, you were so like down to the tiniest thing of like, okay, even the way that this is sewn or the way this pattern is done, you were very particular about each individual thing. And it was very, you could see it in the work. You care so much about your work, which I think is just amazing.
Yeah, well, that's something that is not just done by me, it's my team as well, because they know everything has to be perfect. So sometimes when they're doing something and I'm not there and it's wrong, they just do it again and do it again. But then that's the idea. Just let's say one of those gowns are sold. Mm-hmm. Whoever's gonna wear it is gonna see just perfection in it.
Oh, absolutely. And it's nice that you're, again, I say this again, but it sounds like your team really is behind you, and they really know what that you strive for, like, perfection, and you work towards that. And it seems like they're just like there to back you up all the way, which is so cool.
Yes, absolutely. And I think that's how it is. Yeah.
Right. Oh, absolutely. Oh, of course. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure it doesn't change at all. I'm sure, if anything, it's gotten even better the more that they know you and are around you and whatnot. So that's super, super cool. So now, where do you see the brand, the Guillermo Garcia brand? Where do you see that in 5 years?
In 5 years' time, mm-hmm. Well, I have, let's say, examples that I want to follow. Mm-hmm. I am a huge fan of Christian Dior, Versace house as well, mm-hmm. Chanel, Louis Vuitton. And I want to see, and I see my brand competing with those big fashion houses, mm-hmm. in 5 years' time. Just in the same field, in the same market.
Right.
It is something that I want to achieve.
Yeah. I believe it. I completely believe it. It's funny, even you saying it, it like has like an impact on me, because I can totally see that. And I know I'm like, oh, 100% with you as a designer, the team behind you, the way you create your pieces, like Absolutely, I can see that.
Thank you.
Of course.
Thanks. It will be.
For sure. It's not something of I want, it's something of like it's happening. We just are doing the steps leading up to getting to that point. Exactly.
Yes.
I love
Perfect.
it.
Thank you. It will be happy. It will be, hopefully. Just the key is work hard, work as a team, and always, no matter what's happening in your personal life, or no matter what's happening in any other aspect of your life, when you're doing a job, you just have to do your best and give always your 100% as minimum.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. You're totally right. Oh my gosh, you're like inspiring me right now. Speaking so much truth. So now I wonder, I mean, obviously I can see your brand going to that, and it seems like you're really going to be in so many different areas of fashion. You're not just, dresses, kind of couture. You're not just, you can kind of do it all, it sounds like.
Yes.
Right? So now with that, where do you, and I kind of was reading about this a little bit in your bio and whatnot, but where do you feel like you draw the inspiration from for your designs and for your brand?
My inspiration. Well, I come from a country where beauty queens are part of our culture. 90% of Venezuelan people is gonna feel identified with beauty queens, with beauty pageants, because that's what's Venezuela. There is a pageant in my country called the Miss Venezuela pageant. And it's something that everybody at some point of their lives are going to be related to.
Right.
For anything. And the how strong you see the Venezuelan women, how they fight, how they just do their best to get their best from every situation. That's something that fills me with inspiration. Also, my journey as a person as well. I started in a very small city, then I moved to Caracas, then I moved to Dublin, and there are some things that I've been following, some steps, and this at the end it gives me inspiration because I get to know people, I get to pass through some circumstances and things that are going to at the end leave a mark on me. And that's what gets me to inspire. Sometimes I'm just like, oh, whatever happened, and then I started thinking anything that comes, anything that happens to me, I take it and I transform it into my designs. Everything.
Wow, that's amazing. That's very, I mean, what else? I mean, it's such a great thing to be inspired by, like real things that are happening and real, things in the world. And it's kind of funny because actually my brother-in-law is from Caracas. Like
great.
Born and raised, Venezuelan. Like, and it's funny because he himself, I mean, he's like such a sweet, amazing person, but it's funny because I didn't realize how incorporated the pageant kind of culture was in Venezuela, but I could definitely see from what you're saying with like the women in Venezuela, how strong they are and how like make it go right that they are, because especially with his mom and his sister, like they very much exude that. So I kind of have that reality of like, it's a very real thing. And I always, because of him especially, and now because of you, I have this little special place in my heart for Venezuela and Caracas.
Well, thank you very much, Katie. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely. Oh my gosh. This is just, it's so great talking to you. Like, I really feel like obviously we met at the fittings and I walked through the show, which was such an honor, but it's amazing how much deeper of a person that you are and how much it's such a pleasure talking to you, I have to say. Just I had to insert that little tidbit there.
Well, it's a pleasure actually talking to you too, Katie. I get to remember everything that happened in Paris.
Yeah.
And how exciting everything was. And it was actually my first fashion show ever.
Really?
Yes, my first catwalk, like my first runway with actual audience and cameras, everything. It was my very first experience, and it got to be in Paris, which is actually good, the fashion capital of the world. So I feel very lucky.
Yeah.
About it.
Absolutely. That, I mean, yeah, that's an amazing first experience, I must say. Like, and can you now actually I've been wanting to get to this, I realize. Tell us, like, so, you know, from starting when we first reached out, like how was the experience and why did you decide to go with Fashion Week Studio?
Well, I always wanted to go to Paris, but I didn't know how to.
Right.
I got to see different options, but then Alexandra from Fashion Week, she
Yeah.
texted me, and I spoke to her, and as soon as I talked to her, I thought, yeah, this is it. So I will do it. It's the way you work. It's the way Fashion Week works. Fashion Week Studio works. It makes you feel comfortable. It makes you feel like you care about what's happening there, or what do you need, or getting everything perfectly organized. And that's something that me as a designer, as a perfectionist, that I consider myself.
Right.
I see and I appreciate how everything was. Like, this is gonna happen. This is a schedule, and everything went perfectly well. And you appreciate it because it's part of your career. This is part of my career, part of my life, a part of everything. And thanks to Fashion Week, it was possible, and I have an amazing experience about it.
Oh, I love it. Well, that's super cool. I love that. And I'm glad that we could be here for you and just be a part of. I mean, I feel like it's funny for me personally, like I feel like I'm, you know, I'm almost just honored to be a part of that experience that's in like the steps leading up to you in 5 years being a part of those, like up in the ranks among those huge brands like Chanel and
Hopefully.
Versace and you know, like I'm like when that happens and that time comes, I'm gonna be like, yeah, I actually watched for him. Like I'm gonna be like, just so you know.
Well, thank you very much. You're gonna be wearing myself. We're gonna be wearing my clothes actually.
Oh, I love
You'll
it.
be you'll be wearing something special, something made for you.
I love that. Oh my gosh, I am not complaining about that at all. Whenever you need me, I'm just right over here.
I'm just gonna put you in my models book, okay?
I love it. Oh,
Perfect,
that's
thanks.
amazing. That's so cool. So
I'm
now,
actually good.
yeah, I believe you. And I'm so, again, I'm just so excited and I feel like brighter and happier just talking to you. So I
Thanks.
mean, it's
Thank
just
you.
great.
I'm actually I'm happy as well, and
Yeah.
it's actually good to see someone else, someone different.
Yeah.
I've been just watching my flatmates, and it's okay. Can I see someone else?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I know what you mean. These interviews are a nice little escape. I'm like, oh my gosh, I get to like talk to real people and like, you know, whatever. Not that, you know, the roommates aren't real people, they are, but you know, someone different for sure.
Yeah, no, I'm kidding. Actually, yeah, it's just an escape, escape of your normal routine now, which
Oh,
is yeah, cool.
completely. Yeah, and it's nice to be able to, you know, I feel like talk about and be like, oh, there's actually like there's people out there and we are still like this time that we're going through is a brief moment in everything else that we'll be doing and even in the next however many months when everything gets back to normal, like, you know, it's not something to just like sit in and be like sad about. It's like you've been doing, it's time to like create your new collections and
Yeah.
work towards your goals and things like that. So
Well, I actually, yeah, it got a point where I felt like I was doing nothing in middle March, April,
right.
and then I said to myself, no, I need to take advantage of this time. So I started working on everything, color palettes, the designs, the fabrics, and now there is a point where it's an actual organization now. And then, yeah, what I just need now is the business to be open, just to go and get fabrics and get what I need, supplies. But I got the enough time to just get everything organized and
Right.
structured. If you do something without a structure, it's not going to work, unfortunately, because that's important. That's the key.
Right.
You need your base, and then you can build up.
Right. Oh, it's so true. It's you're totally right. And I wanted to ask, I mean, obviously you've given a lot of like inspiration and kind of like, you know, motivation for others to work on these things, but I want to know like from you as a designer with what you've done, what's like a really like a piece of advice you feel like is very important for the people out there, one during this time or just in general to like, you know, work towards their goals or like, you know, the people that are wanting to be successful and do well, what would you say to them?
Okay, well, actually, with what's happening now, or with anything, what can I say? I can say that sometimes when you're doing something that you love, some people says, okay, if you're working and and you love your work, you're not actually working.
Right.
Some people say that, but then sometimes when you're working and you love what you do, you are not working, but it doesn't mean that things are not going to be difficult.
Right.
It doesn't mean that you're not gonna have challenges ahead of you that you need to overcome.
Right.
So no matter what's happening, if you love what you do, just do your best, and you're gonna see the result. And that hard work and that sacrifice is going to be paid off.
Right. I love it. I totally agree. I think that's an incredible piece of advice for people out there, and I absolutely love that you said that. I feel like it's just a great reflection of like you, and you know, I really appreciate that advice, and I think everyone else probably does too.
Thank you. Well, I mean, actually, I don't like to advise anybody because I don't know if I'm doing wrong.
Right.
But if I have to say something, yeah, just do your best all the time, and you're gonna see the good results of
Right.
your work.
I love it. Well, again, I mean, we're going to have this saved, so I'm just definitely going to refer people to this, that I think it's a great piece of advice no matter what field you're in or what you're doing. So, so yeah. And so I wanted to say, like, thank you so much for this interview and for like enlightening us on you as a person and as a designer and everything like that. And I wanted to know, so you were saying like this new collection you're thinking about hopefully dropping around August?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
Great.
Well, the schedule is I want to launch it in Caracas.
Right.
Just the first part of the collection. We're gonna do a fashion show. We're gonna do something. Again, I want to do something different.
Right.
And then we'll see. We're gonna go. That's gonna be the starting point.
Right.
And then we're gonna go from there. But initially, the plan is to launch in Caracas.
Great. I love it. Well, great. Well, for anybody who's watching or who will be watching, go follow Guillermo Garcia. He's an incredible designer. I want to make that note because I want them to follow. And then we're also going to stay tuned for that collection and whenever you guys are able to drop that. I know
Absolutely.
I'm very excited.
Yes. And I'm actually so happy for you to do this interview, Katie. It's been very nice talking to you. You're so full of good energy as well. So bright. Thank you very much.
You are so welcome, and thank you. I mean, again, this has been such a pleasure. I'm gonna walk out of here like smiling, like what happened? I'm gonna be like, I just had a great interview.
I'll do the same. I wanna be designing and I'll be smiling. Yeah.
I love it. Thanks. Oh, that's so great.
I love it too.
Yeah, and thank you. So thank you so much for this interview. This has been awesome, and I hope you have a great rest of your week and weekend, and we will definitely look out for that new collection.
Thank you, Katie. Thank you very much, and it's gonna be up soon.
I love it. And well, whenever it is, we're ready for it. The wait will be
absolutely. Yeah, no, I'll make sure that Fashion Week is going to know about it.
Great, amazing. Okay, great. Well, have a great rest of your day. Yeah.
Thank you. You too, Katie. Have a good day. See you soon. Bye bye. Thanks. Bye.